Hello, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Today, we're diving into something that might sound mystical at first, but by the end of this video, I want you to see it as something practical, real, and already alive within you. We're talking about how to energetically escape the old Earth and what the new Earth really is, especially from a non-dual perspective, not the fantasy version, not the YouTube trend, but the real thing. Let's begin by addressing the illusions. Most people think the new Earth is some future paradise, some utopia that will arrive when enough people awaken, or when Jesus returns, or when some cosmic event wipes out the darkness and resets everything. Some people even think the new Earth is about defeating the bad guys and creating a new world led only by the good guys. But that's not what it is. That's still duality. That's still separation. That's still the old Earth disguised as something new. The old Earth is not just a planet. It's a state of consciousness. It's fear, judgment, opposition, resistance, blame, victimhood, and separation. It's the energetic belief that there's an us and a them. It's the belief that something out there is the problem, and that if we could just fix or destroy or escape that thing, we would be free. But that's a trap. That's the very thing keeping us in the vibration of the old Earth. Now let's talk about what the new Earth actually is. The new Earth is not coming. It's already here. But you won't see it with your eyes until you see it within your consciousness. The new Earth is not a place. It's a state of being, a state of non-resistance, a state of no judgment, a state of presence where everything is allowed to be, even if we don't agree with it or like it. This doesn't mean you have to approve of evil or stay in toxic environments. That's a misunderstanding. You can still protect yourself. But the key is how you do it. You don't protect yourself by energetically fighting evil. You don't win by casting spells or engaging in so-called white magic to stop the darkness. That's still entanglement. That's still resistance. That's still saying, this shouldn't be here. But in true spiritual maturity, you realize, even the dark has its role in the unfolding of the whole. That's non-duality. You don't have to go with the old systems of things. There is a safe passage for you, but it doesn't start with escaping physically. It starts energetically within you. It begins with acceptance. It begins with inner alignment. When you stop fighting and start seeing clearly, life responds in mysterious ways. Even if something like a war or collapse is about to occur in your area, you'll be gone by that time. You'll be moved, either physically or vibrationally, out of the line of fire. That's how divine intelligence works. When you are no longer a match for the frequency of chaos, you're guided somewhere else. But you must first exit the war within yourself. That's the only way to energetically escape the old Earth. To energetically escape the old Earth, you must stop judging it. You must stop engaging with it in the same frequency it operates in. You stop feeding it with your outrage. You stop hoping some cosmic parent will come clean up the mess. You stop waiting. You stop fighting. You become still. You become neutral, not indifferent, but non-reactive. That's the difference. The new Earth is a state where you no longer see yourself as separate from the whole. You no longer operate from us versus them. And this includes the spiritual world too. We are chosen ones. We are light workers. We are star seeds. These ideas might have helped people at one point, but they now often reinforce division. They feed the idea that we are somehow better, more awake, more evolved than others. That's still ego. That's still old earth. You'll know someone is rooted in the new earth consciousness when they don't need to claim any spiritual label. They just are. They live in peace. They walk in clarity. They reference the ancient teachings, not the trends. They align with truth, not popularity. You see, anyone going through real spiritual awakening, through real ego death, eventually references timeless wisdom. They don't just talk about vibes and crystals and manifestation. They mention the Buddha. They speak of Eckhart Tolle, Ramana Maharshi, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Lao Tzu, Ram Dass. Why? Because truth is eternal, and real awakening will always find its way back to the ancient roots. But if all you hear is New Age sugarcoating, talks of DNA upgrades, galactic downloads, and cosmic events, and no mention of stillness, surrender, or unity consciousness, then be careful. That's not the new earth. That's the ego wearing a new costume. Now, let's talk about the most important part. What does it actually look like to live in the new earth? It looks like this. You stop needing the world to be different. You stop needing people to change in order for you to feel peace. You stop projecting your pain onto systems and governments and dark forces. You withdraw your energetic attention from that whole game. You stop fighting, but you also don't check out. You become deeply present, grounded, alert, clear. You take wise action, but without judgment. You serve where you're called, but without drama. You set boundaries when needed, but with compassion. You embody freedom. And yes, this world can be dark. It can be unfair. The systems are twisted. But trying to change them from a place of hate, resistance, or self-righteousness only reinforces the old earth. You transcend them, not by escaping physically, but by ascending energetically, meaning you don't vibrate at the same frequency anymore. You stop reacting. You stop needing anything from the world. That's real freedom. This is how you energetically escape, not by building a bunker, not by waiting for a rapture, but by becoming energetically invisible to the traps of fear and separation. You become what Jesus meant when he said, "Be in the world, but not of it." In this state, life takes on a different quality. You feel spacious. You see clearly. You let go of needing to be right. You see even the darkness as part of the divine mystery. You become peace. And through that, you walk in the new earth. Not because the outer world changed, but because your consciousness did. So stop looking out there. Start looking in here. The new earth is not somewhere you go. It's a dimension of consciousness you enter through surrender, neutrality, and unity. It's not about fighting evil. It's about seeing clearly, without judgment, without attachment, without illusion. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to go deeper, not into the new age, but into timeless presence. The new earth is not about trends. It's about truth. And the truth is, you're already there. You just forgot. Thank you for watching. Stay grounded, stay aware, and most of all, stay in the now. Because that's where the new earth truly begins.